Wow, shit. I didn't even have to share it to you, Crystal. Wow. You got the notification actually? Let me share it real quick to Facebook. What's up, cats? And yay that it actually worked this time, finally. Another Young Bosch painting, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, just now. You know, for a guy that was the second Black Power Ranger, he's become part of a lot. Is that for help? Like, is that like for help stuff, cats? Like, do you need help? Are you okay? That sounds like that sounds serious. Are you okay, cats? What's up, everybody? How's it going, guys? Um, remove. Are you okay, cats? Do you need to talk to us, or you need to talk to me, or talk to Crystal and I, or what? We're yeah. You got me worried there, cats. So, are you okay for real? Well, the hotline sounds like uh, something that you call for help and like mental help and like that. So, is it something around those along those lines, or like I said, are you okay? Okay, cats. Did they help you? Are you okay? Are you safe right now? Do your parents know? Like, there's a lot of information right now that's going through my head. Are you okay? For real, for real. Like, why did you feel the need to call? And you're not. I'm not mad at you, or we're not mad at you. No, I'm worried about you though. Definitely worried. And if it helps you out, any cats, I have been there. And that is the whole reason for me doing art, is so that I don't get back to that kind of dark place, you know. So I've been there, and I do know what you're going through. Maybe not exactly what you're going through, because you know everybody has different things. Um, but know that I've I've had the same. I've had those thoughts. I've had that uh, urges and stuff like that. That, like, if, you know, I wasn't here, I'd just be better and stuff like that. And it's not the case. That is never, 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 never the case. You have people around that care for you. You have people that like you. That people, you know. Okay, good, good. You do know Broly? That's good, Reaper. Yeah, cats. Just please, please know that people care for you. We care for you, at least, if nothing else. I know we're across the planet from you, but we're still rooting, and we're still, you know, here for you. So again, if you need something, cats, or you need to talk to somebody, please don't feel always feel like to call that number if you need it, okay? But just know that it's a lot of that stuff is like fleeting thoughts, and you know, it's that negative talk in your head versus it's real. I guess I'm trying to think how to say it, but yeah, that's never the right option anyway. Thank you, Elif. Yes, cats. Hi, Judy. How you doing? We do. Okay, well, that's good. That's a start. That's a start, cats. And we're here for you always. Like, I like I said, I know we're across the planet, but again, Crystal's been through, you know, all of the negative self-talk stuff, like and things. So we definitely understand. And just like I said, just know, cats, that some of it is your head being weird, your brain telling you dumb things, you listening to the bad thoughts and stuff. So when you have that, try to create something, try to draw something, try to make something, you know, to got me worried there, cats. So just remember, like, a lot of that is in your brain going bad thoughts. And do you have a counselor or a therapist or somebody that you can talk to about these feelings and the thoughts and stuff like that, cats? Like, have your parents got you somebody to talk to? But do you talk to anybody besides just pick up your medication? Like, do you have a counselor or somebody that you can talk to, cats? Because that's very, very important sometimes, you know, especially to have somebody to talk to that can tell you, you know, hey, this thought or that thought's not bad or weird. You just got to redirect it, if that helps. But maybe you should try to get a counselor or you know, something like that to help talk or to have to talk to get your thoughts out in a what's the word I'm looking for, a non-judgmental area. Because like, don't get me wrong, I know your parents mean well and are everything, but sometimes it's hard to talk to your parents about something that they can't quite grasp because they're not going through the same things and stuff. So maybe it'll help to talk to somebody like that. And like Reaper said, put your art into, or put your thoughts into art. That's exactly what I do, and why I continue to art and draw. It saved my life years and years ago, and without it, I wouldn't be here. 100% I wouldn't be here if I didn't have art to help me out and do so. You know, 100% I wouldn't. I would not be here hanging out with you guys and uh or anything if it wasn't for art. So I always preach that art helps. Art is the best therapy I think that you can get. So I always recommend doing something because it's hard to. All right. So here's the thing, cats. When you're doing that, or when something, if you have an angry thought. Okay, here, hold on. Let me grab what I'm looking for real quick so I can put it into perspective for you a little bit better. That one, cats. This one right here. This painting right here is all my negative feelings about the AI and the generative crap and the things like that that I was so mad about. So I painted a painting of angry people. So if you're sad or you're angry and you want to fuel that into your art, then try that. But don't let the bad in or out into the art. Pick pick something pick something you're feeling emotional wise and draw it. If it's sad, draw some sad characters. It doesn't have to necessarily be a sad character, but it could be a character that in the comic or in the anime or the cartoon or whatever is sad. And then you draw that character and kind of like put your feelings out into that. That way, oh, yeah. Or, I'm sorry, cats. I know I don't sound like I'm helpful. I'm just trying to think of things that have in the past worked in my favor and helped me out to help you out some. But again, cats, know that you're not alone in that, in your thoughts or whatever. A lot of people think or feel those ways. But the biggest thing you've got to always remember, cats, is giving up and giving into those thoughts sounds easy. Sounds so much easier and and all, but what they're not is they're not easier. It's always worse. It's always a selfish act at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that you are selfish, but I had my sister passed away from this. She took her own, okay? She had a lot of health issues, she had a lot of problems and some stuff, and that's how my sister passed away. I had a nephew who also passed away from accidental self-inflicted wounds with a firearm, okay? And it's hard. It's very, very, very hard to deal with that in the survivor side of things. And I'm not saying that to tell you or to guilt you into anything or to whatever. But you've got to think people around you who care about you, who are always thinking and worried about you. What happens to those people too? Um, and I know that sounds like I'm putting other people ahead of you, but it's not. It is definitely a thing that I thought about when I was going through the same stuff. Broly from Dragon Ball Super. But there's a lot of that stuff, cats, that I went through myself, and I have to quite often stop myself from thinking those things again. You know, shut my brain off in that regard of stop those thoughts, stop that self talk stuff. It's not easy, and I know it's not, but you got people who are here for you, cats. Is that why you've been? Haven't been around as much last couple of days, dealing with thoughts and again though, cats always know I'm here for you. You still in here, cats? Okay. Well, just know, cats, I'm here for you. Okay. I know I'm thousands of miles away, but Crystal and I are definitely gonna, like, we're here for you if you need anything. You can always reach out. I don't know if you have like Instagram or any of that kind of stuff, but you totally can reach out to us. But please don't ever feel like not calling that number either, okay? Promise me that you'll call that number if you feel this way again. And again, I exactly know how you feel. That's the whole reason I got into doing art originally was because of those feelings. And it was a way for me to cope and uh yeah, it was a way for me to cope with the any of those negative thoughts and feelings and just genuinely help my brain stop thinking the bad shit that I thought of myself and because of myself. So I don't know how it is for you there. I know how it is for that hotline in America. And sometimes you're right. I think sometimes in America, or sometimes those hotlines tend to kind of hurt more than they do help. So I feel you on that. Have your parents see about getting you an appointment with a therapist or a counselor that will be a lot more help for you than the hotline can or cannot be. Okay. Um, yeah. Please try to get a hold of a therapist or a counselor or something along those lines that you can talk to that's not going to make you angry at the end of the day. Because the angry part doesn't help the negative thoughts at all. The angry part kind of feeds that stuff sometimes. And at least it did for me. In my cases, it would make me more angry and more upset, more sad, and more uh, just genuinely like angry at the world. So I understand that sometimes isn't as helpful as they think they're being. I called them one time years ago, and I felt like I got blamed or whatever by the person on the phone. And that is definitely not the correct frame of fucking with people or of helping someone by making them feel like they're the problem. That person seemed to feel like I was a burden to their day and uh, and all. So totally understand how that can work and feel as well. But please try to see about talking to someone, cats. I know you said you don't have many friends there and stuff like that, but you have family, and family is usually the best slash worst for some of that stuff. Worst because they're trying to help you and they might not understand. best because who else is going to care for you as much as your mom, your dad, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your cousin, some family member. So please find somebody that you can talk to because I'd like to have you keep staying around there, cats. Can I ask you a question on that one, cats? Because what you just said, I've heard before from people in your situation. Okay, you're not finding the right part of it is you may not be finding the right people and the right help. Okay, some of it might be that the person is just there doing a job, filling the day. Okay, um, but there is somebody out there that you could talk to and help out, or that can help you out in your thoughts and to help regulate the thoughts in your brain and stuff. Um, it takes a minute to find it. So when I lived in Alabama, I started talking to a therapist right before I moved out here, and one of them I talked to, he was very unhelpful, and in fact, to the point of very unhelpful, he was worse for my mental being than he was bad. He was a bad example of a therapist. Um, like real bad example of one. And he blamed me for stuff that was not a me issue, right? Um, and that's just not helpful. So yeah, that was a shitty experience with that guy. So I stopped seeing him, stopped talking to that guy, and I found another therapist. And I talked to her once right before I moved out here to Las Vegas. And when I talked to her, she was very helpful. She took the time to listen. She took the time to understand what I was asking and what I was saying and what my problems were, and told me that, I'm not wrong for my feelings. And that was so fucking helpful. To be finally actually like, you're not wrong for the way you feel. You're not wrong for the way you're thinking. You're not wrong for that. It's just a thought. It's just your brain. And your brain tells you and makes you think some stupid stuff sometimes. Okay, cats? And I know I'm oversimplifying it, but it's not. People care for you, cats. People care for you. People want you in their life. I know that you have a big group of people here that follow you and like you. You have a group of your own who follow and like you. You know, there's you have support, which I know sounds weird because it's on the internet or whatever, but it is support. You do have people in your corner and rooting for you and who would be upset if Cats was no longer around. And I know when you think and you feel a certain way and it starts building and building and building and building, and it's hard to like let that go, especially the negative thoughts and the negative self-talk that people do to themselves. That is one of the hardest things in the world to stop yourself from doing. Um, and you've got to turn that into a positive thought, positive talk, positive. I am good enough. I am happy. I am going to be happy. Today is going to be a good day. And as much as it sucks to have to tell yourself that, like, on a daily basis, sometimes nobody else is going to tell you that you're doing good. So you need to make sure you know you're doing good. Or even if you're not doing good and you're having a bad fucking day, it will pass. I saw something the other day that made me think real hard about something in this aspect too, Cats. I don't know what Daniel Radcliffe, the guy that played Harry Potter, was talking about or why he was up there doing what he was doing when I saw it. But he said, if you are ever in those thoughts and you're ever having that problem, it will pass. It will go change. It may not be the best day ever. It may not be, you know, something spectacularly great, but it's better than the day before. It's better than the day after. It's better. It gets better. It gets easier. It gets manageable. If you have somebody to talk to and to be there in your corner. So just know though, Cats, you have friends, you have people here who care about you. You have people all around that care about you. Your family definitely cares about you. I'm almost positive your mom or your dad would be very, very upset if you were not around. That's not a bad what Crystal just said. It's okay, Cats. It's okay. Again, Cats, it is okay. It is okay to have those days and to have those breakdowns, okay? We all care about you. At least I know Crystal, and I damn sure know Reaper does, because Reaper is an awesome human. So we care, and we want you to be happy, and we want you to be safe, Cats, and we want you to keep on creating and making art and you know, being a badass. Because you are. You're a badass, Cats. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to walk and grab something. What's up, Armadillo? Cats. What is something that makes you happy? Like a game, a movie, a TV show, a cartoon, something like that. What is something that makes you happy? That gives you joy all the time, kind of thing. Like gives you a constant joy. Your cat. You have a cat, Cats. Pet your cat. Pet your kitty. Something's got to. Something has to. There I know you think that, but there is something in your brain that you do enjoy and you do like. So focus on one of those things. Pet your cat. Do you want to see Ziggy? I'll show you Ziggy. See, Ziggy cares. He likes you. Say hi. See, he'd be sad. But I do know what you're going through, cats, and art is what saved me from that. So if you can't create anything right now, go look at all the cool shit you've made, cats. I know your room is full of art and stuff. So make look around your art, look around your creations, look around your room, look around, go walk around and look at your house, your yard, the neighborhood. Go for a walk outside. I know you don't like going outside, and I can understand, but like touch some grass. Just sit outside and like watch the clouds go by. What up, big balls? All right, so this is gonna be the colors. This is gonna be my issue, is colors on him. For me, so I went through this, cats, and when I went through it with my when I was getting divorced, and since then, just in general, every so often I deal with the same thoughts and stuff, and I have to refocus and re kind of strengthen that resolve of, yes, my brain is telling me this. Yes, I am thinking this. Yes, I have those negative thoughts, but I'm not going to let them win. I'm not going to let them dictate to me my happiness. And that's something that I had to learn, and that I found out through like therapy and shit like that, that that's kind of what they tell you and to do. Focus on the one thing. Focus on one thing. Move forward. Focus on it. Move forward. Focus on one thing at a time. Because at the end of the day, everything starts building and building and building and building, and that's where that one little domino effect tends to cascade into all of that bad stuff. Crystal and I have talked about this with me on certain things where something will happen, or like Sunday last week, not this last Sunday, the 2 Sundays ago, some bad shit happened, and I've been stuck on that since then, and so is Crystal too, because it's a bad deal, bad day, and a bad day situation for sure. Um, and we have to keep going forward, and because it's part of life that happens, shit happens, but it's I can't let the one bad thing, no matter how bad it is, dictate the rest of my life. And I have to choose the positives in my life and to look at, like, I have Crystal. Crystal and I are happy. We have Ziggy. Ziggy's happy. We have a house and a vehicle, and we can go do some stuff every now and then. And, the boys are happy, talking about Buddy and Ziggy and Sonny. And, you know, what I have going right and what I have going bad are always going to happen and coincide. Bad is always going to happen and coincide with good. But people tend to forget the good and the small victories and the small things in lieu of that inconvenience thing, or those negative thoughts and doubts and I'm not good enough and I'm stupid or I'm untalented or I'm ugly or I'm just genuinely I don't need to be around thoughts that people get and have. They, they focus you It's easier to focus on those than it is to try to remember the good things. It is definitely easier to focus on bad than it is on good. So please try to find something in your life and happy and good that you can focus and fight on or fight with. Help fuel. Cats is gonna kick ass and keep kicking ass. Okay. Okay. So on that, cats, right? What you just did is what I'm talking about. What you just did there is how good it was and how bad it is now. Okay. That's that negative thought. That's that negative. Okay. Your art is still good. You are still good. Today is not. Okay? Today is not. This week may not be. This month may not be. Fuck, 2026 may be your bad year, okay? But at the end of the day, you are still responsible for making all of that badass art and that badass stuff that you've done. Not anybody else. Not Katz's bad negative self thoughts and talk and stuff. So, okay, don't look at your art, but do remember that you are a creative person, and because of that, you have made some amazingly cool shit. Your puppets and stuff are badass. Your artwork is badass. Your redesign of characters, Cats, is fucking phenomenal. So, I know I'm sounding like a broken record and telling you all these things that you probably already are like, Keith, shut up. I get it. I get it. But you need to hear from somebody too that I know what you're going through 100%. Not the details, not the necessity or necessarily all of your details, and what causes this versus what caused my issues are different. I know. But at the end of the day, you're going through something that I've been through, and then I fight with all the time, Cats. I fight with depression all the time. It doesn't sound like it sometimes, but I fight with it all of the time. And I've been fighting with it all my life. I've been fighting with depression all my life, Cats. In one form or another, now that I'm older and I've thought about it. I'm kind of a I have depression. Um, but in my depression, it's usually not bad enough that I've never been I don't need to be medicated, and I don't have that yet. Are the chances that I could need to be medicated there? Yes. Are the chances that I probably should be medicated for depression now? Probably, maybe. More than likely, I'm going to go with probably more than likely. But I focus and focus and focus all the time on the positives and the forward and the step forward. Put one foot in front of the other. Put one foot in front of the other. Keep pushing, keep grinding. I'm going to pass away one day of old age or a car accident or a meteor's going to strike and fucking hit me or I'm going to get hit by a bird. I don't know why a bird, but there's a million things that could take me out at any given time. And those million things are going to happen in one form or another. The thing that never needs to happen is me doing it to myself. And that's the only thing that I can rightfully and the thing I have the only power over is not to what I do with my actions in my body. And yeah, a lot of us deal with it, cats. A lot of us are in your shoes more than we want to admit, more than we want to believe most times. But I'm 100% there with you, cats. Crystal's there with you. We know how you feel. We know what that is. And we come from somewhere that we fight with it daily. I fight with depression daily. Okay? I just found out my son graduated high school the other day, and I wasn't invited. I wasn't even notified. My ex-wife didn't notify me. My son didn't notify me. Nothing. I had to find out about it on fucking Facebook. Okay? That's seriously depressing. But I have to realize and remember certain things. In my son's case, he didn't invite me because my son doesn't really chat or text or talk to anybody very much, especially not parent. So he just didn't tell me. And for whatever reason, my ex-wife decided not to tell me. And then when I asked her about it, she goes, "Oh, well, we didn't do anything. We just went out for Sonic and milkshakes and something else. And, you know, we would have invited you, but no." Okay, so I've been dealing with that for the last couple days. Well, since last week. And then on top of some other shit that happened last week, I've been very, very much trying to resettle my brain and unfuck the negative thoughts that I have. So yeah, I totally understand, cats. And sometimes the thoughts that you have are from other people, and not in like they're out there trying to like hurt you and make you hurt yourself, but something that somebody else does causes your feelings to be exacerbated and stuff. And that's what's happened this for me recently. So I get it. Hi, Cosmic. Game. Oh, hey. For whatever reason, Cosmic, you just said hey with a smiley face, but it came up game with a smiley face. Or how are you? and then it said game instead of HRU. So I'm good. I'm all right. I didn't see your last message, Cats. That you said, other than that you said you can't look at your art right now without thinking. That's the last message I got, or comment I got from you. Yeah, the last message I got was you saying something about your art's not making you happy anymore because of negative thoughts and stuff. So is this Josh? Is this little Joshy Poo? Hi, Joshy Poo. Hi, Joshy Poo. How are you doing? Josh. The Wonder Fuck Boy. Okay. Hi, Josh. I hope you're having a better day. I hope your mom gave you a hug. I hope she passed, you know, told you she was proud of you or whatever. Yeah. One day, man, maybe you'll be a decent human being, but I doubt it, Josh. So, but 1,000 chicken nuggets is I'm not hateful, you are. You're the one that has 30 accounts to be a spiteful troll bitch. So, at the end of the day, Josh, thank you, Crystal. Oh, so Katz, that guy decided that the other day to tell me how bad of an artist I was. And then when I went to his account, he only had some traced stuff that's digitally. done traced. So, but then he wanted to tell me how I need to learn anatomy and how much better of an artist that he is, and so that's account number 9. He's made now. Account number 9 to come and fuck with me. He says he has 30 accounts, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he says he has 30 accounts, so that's 9 now that he's used and decided to fuck with me about. Oh, and funnily enough, cats, if you really want to laugh, he on his profile, that his original profile he started his shit with, had a playlist of how to be a better person. Literally, in his playlist was a how to be a better person playlist. He's clearly failing at how to be a better person. Oh, hi Josh. Bye Josh. There's 10. There's 10. Fucking loser. See, that's what I got to deal with, cats. So, on top of everything else that my life has going right or wrong with, I get little fuckboys like that can't help themselves, but I don't know, they need a hug from their mom or something like that. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if he actually has 30. But if he does have 30 accounts and he gets all 30 accounts blocked, then YouTube really needs to do better about safety for people. Because like that guy at this point, in my opinion, needs to not be able to be on YouTube. Period. Anymore. Or around fucking people, for that matter. Oh, hi, Josh. So that's 11. No, dude, my feelings aren't. I'm not butthurt. But I want you to know something for that you're doing for me, Josh. Every shitty little bullshit, whiny, I can't do anything for myself, mama's boy comment you make, and every time you jump into my channel, you help me. So I'm going to block you every time, but I just want little Joshy Poo to know that what you think you're doing and what you're actually doing are not the same thing. So the fact that you have 0 friends, 0 family, 0 anything that you can actually be fucking proud of yourself about, that you have to just come in and shit on other people's stuff. So I just think, oh, Alan Further. Wow. Man, Josh, you have no friends. I'm sorry for you, buddy. One day I hope you get to be a better human being, though. I doubt it, but good luck. There's 11. So, yay. I'm doing something right or wrong. I don't know. But there's 11 accounts now, so yay for that. go. I'm going to write this down now. I am curious. We are at 11. Oh, here he is. Okay. I don't know if you are hearing the same thing that everybody else is hearing, Josh, but I'm not upset. I'm not upset by a person who can't do anything for themselves. I'm not upset by a person who thinks that this is a proper and right thing to do. I'm not upset that somebody that doesn't have any actual anything going for them in their lives is bothering me with 12 accounts now. We're at 12 now. So, all right. Actually, I'm curious. We got a little piece of paper. There we go. That won't work, unfortunately, Crystal. He's that level of shit troll. Because at this point, he's so deluded that he thinks that this is actually bothering me and not me having more fun with it than I am. And I don't think that's the answer, cats. I don't think you need a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I do think you might need a friend. Somebody to talk to. A friend. Friend. Like us. We're friends. Crystal's your friend. We're friends. You know, that kind of stuff. I think you need a friend to talk to. I don't necessarily think you need a boyfriend to talk to or a girlfriend to talk to or anything like that. Oh, it's all good, Cosmic. You just missed the 12th attempt of a troll to fuck with me, so. Well, that's cool. How do you like it? I don't use Discord, so and I don't know much about it other than I don't want to deal with it. Art-wise for my own stuff. So. But I don't think you need a boyfriend or a girlfriend, cats. I think you need some friends and people you can be yourself with or comfortable with and talk to. Hi, Fearless. Well, so 12 accounts now that this guy's made. He says he has 30. He says he has 30 accounts. So yeah, we'll see. Well, to get a boyfriend, cats, you would go up to a boy that you think is pretty cool, pretty cool, and be like, and talk to him and be like, hey, you want to be my boyfriend? No, okay, and then you walk off or whatever. But again, I don't think you need a boyfriend. That's not a boyfriend, girlfriend. Uh, isn't necessarily the answer to your a duck pin. That's cool. Look at this sticker that we got, guys. Exactly. What Crystal is 100% accurate on that one. And from the female's perspective, more right than me, for sure. So, yeah. But you don't need a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a love interest or unrequited love or anything. I think friends to talk to is what you need. You know, people that you feel comfortable enough with, that aren't going to judge you and make you feel bad about yourself. That's what you need. Friends are all as it. And like Crystal just said, you don't need to go look for a boyfriend, because that's not going to save the day. That's not going to fix your problems. That's not going to be the magical cure all for you. But cats, again, you're fine. You're. Thank you for telling me today. For one, thank you for telling me, and two, no, Crystal and I, if nothing else, are here for you. Peerless is right, cats. Peerless is right too. Friends help out more than you can think. Um, so in my case, when I first started having depression and was having problems like that, cats, I didn't have a group of anybody really to back me and help me and help me get through it. I had my mom and my dad and my brother and my sister, or a couple different people. Not my sister. I had a couple different people around that somewhat tried to help me, but didn't understand what I was going through or how to help me get out of what I was going through. And then when I got started doing art originally, all of my friends, big quotation marks there, friends are, well, fuck. That's awesome, Cosmic. I've never beat that game, so. And, but cats, having people around and somebody you can talk to and say, hey, man, I'm feeling shitty, is sometimes the best thing you can ever have, honestly. And somebody to listen to you, somebody to talk to you, somebody to, say, hey, you're not, you're okay. You're okay. You're allowed to feel those things. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to have those negative thoughts and stuff. But you can't let those negative thoughts win. And I'm going to always be that person. I'll be that person for you, cats. I'll be that person. So I will tell you, don't let those negative thoughts win anytime. Redirect it into something different. But always know, cats, that you're not alone in your thought. You're not alone in how you feel. And you're not wrong. Acting or trying to act on those feelings is the only thing you can do wrong. Having them, thinking them, feeling them, none of that is wrong. It's kind of, unfortunately, part of the human condition, in my opinion, for us to have bad thoughts from time to time. Okay? Everybody and their brother and their mother and everybody has had one thought of, I don't want to do this anymore. It'd be better if I was just gone. It's when those thoughts don't go away is the problem. And in your case, cats, you've got friends, you've got people around, you've got people who care for you. I know you do. So please talk to us if you ever have to. Reach out somehow. I don't know a good way for you to reach out to Crystal or I other than like Instagram or here, but just always know at the end of the day, I've been where you are. I still fight with I still fight with it on the regular. I still have to tell myself, nope, I can't quit. I can't give up. I have too many people that like me and want me to be around. Even if some of the people that I want me, or that I would want, some of the people that I want to be around and with don't want me around and with them. And that's depressing. So I just always have to remember at the end of the day that, and I have to keep, because someday maybe my son will want to be more part of my life. Right now he's 18 and angry at the world, and he was going through some issues like you yourself, Cats. And I talked to him a while back, and that was the last time I talked to him. Actually, talked to him. Was when he was having some bad thoughts and negative thoughts too. And I explained to him I've been there, and I don't. It helped him out a little bit, I think. But again, trust me, Cats, I've been there. Well, I mean, I guess I'm the oldest of it, so well, older. Okay, so yeah, supportive dad. I'll be a supportive dad any day of the week for you guys. 100%, 100% will be there for you guys on that. Like I asked you the other day, Cosmic, when you were talking to me about it, you said you came out, not came out, but talked to your mom about pride and all that stuff. I'm glad that your mom was supportive of it, you know. Um, but Cats, why are you disappointed in yourself? What can you give an example of why you're disappointed in yourself? I mean, I'd rather you not because that's a little creepy. But yeah. What are you disappointed in on yourself though, Cats? What's what are you dwelling on that's staying in, like staying with you, that makes you disappointed? I can imagine, and I'm proud of you for it. No, 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 Cosmic, totally fine. I was laughing about it. Um, been in it for about an hour and 15 minutes now. Um, so I'm worried about Cats. So Cats has told us some stuff, and I'm worried about her. So thank you, Cosmic. Thank you, Cosmic. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I mean, it did, didn't it? That the star looks like Kirby. Oh well, definitely. I'm definitely worried about you guys. Always. I always think about you guys. Crystal, you can ask Crystal. I talked about you guys pretty regularly. You guys mean a lot to me, and in the aspect of you guys are my subscribers, my followers, and fans and stuff, but also just because, well, at the end of the day, uh, it's better to care for you guys than it is to not care. And I know that in certain cases, some of you guys don't, not you guys or everybody, but not everybody gets the positive feedback, if that makes sense, or the positive re encouragements that they should in certain cases. You know, but like I said, I've been where you guys are. I know how I've been in those situations. I've been depressed. I've been to the point where I was going to end it, kind of shit. Um, and in my case, it ended with the cops coming to my house or coming to where I was at and putting me in handcuffs and then taking me to the hospital to sit in a room for a bunch of hours. And then I had to go talk to a therapist. And then I had to do all of this stuff. And in my case, when all of that happened, that's shortly thereafter I found my art. Okay? And art is what saved my life. Okay, well, there's a start, Kat. That's a start. So, are you doing homeschool or are you homeschooling or are you just out of school completely? Are there, if you are homeschooled, are there homeschool programs in your area with other homeschool kids or something like that? Is there a youth program type thing that you can get into? Do you like swimming? Do you like soccer, basketball, baseball? It doesn't necessarily have to be a sport, okay? It doesn't have to be a sport. I'm just throwing out sports because it's the easiest thing that comes to mind. But something where you can get and be and interact with kids or people your age that are in your area that you can talk to or uh, be near and have that interaction with to help you out and maybe help you get the confidence to go outside more or to break that up so that you have something to look forward to for going outside versus being afraid to go outside because of the world going on. Well, thank you, Letizia. So what are you doing about school and stuff? Ah, okay. Are you doing like this? Are you walking around like with your finger, your pinky thumb out? So if you're not schooled or being homeschooled, are you doing any type classes and stuff right now, or like what are you doing school wise? Or like again, is there something that your parents can get you into, whether it be like going swimming at a pool or going to the skating. I don't know if you have skating rinks near you or what, but like a skating rink or something like that where you can go and meet kids and try to find a friend or find somebody to talk to that's not a therapist or a counselor or a guidance counselor or teacher or your parents or a family member, that kind of thing. And also, I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to go here in a few minutes to pick Crystal up. Um, but I will be back on right after lunch. So if you want to keep talking to me, cats, please come back and stuff here in a little bit when I get back from lunch. Thank you, Lord Alcatraz. That's good, Peerless. Um, can I ask you a question on that one, cats? And I'm not saying anything wrong. I remember being in the age range you are and other kids not liking me as well. Okay. Some of that was I didn't think they liked me, so they didn't like me. Or, that kind of stuff. So, and I'm not saying that you're thinking that way. Could you be harder on them a little bit, thinking that they don't like you or projecting out that they don't like you versus them actually not liking you? And again, like I said, I'm not trying to belittle the situation of things. It's I know when I was a kid, I had a problem with other kids a lot of times because I thought that they weren't smart enough, they weren't whatever the case was. And 100% of that was I was the asshole. And I'm not saying that you're the asshole, but I 100% know that there were certain times in my life that I was the asshole. And yeah. um, there's my hated Shinobu. You're right, Peerless, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Is it's very easy to talk down and keep the negative feelings going and stuff. That green's not right. Um, and for me, like that's what I was telling Cats is for me doing art is what is my therapy. I get depressed, I'm depressed, and I'm depressed a lot more than like I share or let on and stuff. I just don't like her. Still, love. Uh, I'm sorry. I just don't like Shinobu. But you can like her, and I will not shit on her anymore. But I don't like her character. I'm gonna have to refill that. So yeah, I won't anymore. Okay, I will leave Shinobu alone until I paint her again on a bigger canvas, and then I'll probably bitch about her then. But that's all. Um, but at the end of the day, cats, uh, just remember you have people around you that care about you. We may be in another country, we may be on the internet and stuff, but there are people who care for you and people who want you to be safe, happy, and overall the best you can. That's such a bad color. Overall as happy as you can be. I know you're never going to be the happiest person in the fucking world because nobody is. You know, and the person that says they're the happiest person in the world is probably not telling you the truth. But I know how being upset and how being depressed feels, and I fight with it every day, guys. So if I can do it, you can do it, and if you need help doing it, there's help out there and things like that. But also, I'll be here to say it or talk to you too. Okay, and I'll be here for you, cats. Crystal's here for you. Peerless, I'm sure would love to talk to you. She sounds like she went through some similar stuff too. Art's my therapy, and art is what makes me happy. So I have to do art or else I'm gonna go and fucking insane. Straight up. I'll go and fucking insane. Okay? And 100%. If I don't do art, I'll go and fucking insane. So art is what makes me the happiest that I can be. So Find your happiness, cats, and whatever it is you can find. Know that you have people that like you for you, not because they think you're weird or not weird or what, but because you are you. And if people don't accept you, then they're not the right people. Like that troll guy we had that was on his 12th account. You know, he's on his 12th account and he's still fucking with me. That guy has no friends and is bitter with his life. So, but just remember, cats, the things that you're disappointed in on yourself, don't be. Don't think those things. Don't be disappointed in that. Right now, that's part of her problem. The art side that helps her out sometimes is not helping her out currently. So, but all right, guys. On that note, I'm gonna have to go. Very off topic. There's a couple in the Discord that I keep accidentally third wheeling. It's very entertaining to watch them talk for some reason. Well, there you go. People watch, cats. People watch. And in this case, people watch through Discord. So, yeah, people watch through Discord and then laugh at them. Or laugh at it, you know? All right, so take Ziggy for a walk real quick. But cats, and everybody for you guys, before I go and stuff. But I'll see you guys later, Peerless. Crystal and I go do that every now and then. We go people watch. We'll go down to Fremont here and we'll just stare at the tourists. Not like rudely or whatever, but we'll go walk around and we'll watch them and like look at the people in the neighborhood being, or not neighborhood, but the people in the outside being weird. So definitely, if that made your day, I'm happy for you, cats. I'm happy I could make your day a little bit better. But again, talk to somebody, family, friend, random dude on YouTube that you watches our channel, I guess, you know. But know that you're not alone, and your thoughts, your feelings, or any of that. So, yeah. There he is. There's Ziggy. Yep, there's my puppy. There's Ziggy. Good boy, Ziggy. Good boy. Good boy. It's good boy, Ziggy. It's my good boy. This my good boy. You want to know what his middle name is, love? Okay, so Ziggy's full name is Ziggy Marley Inosuke Stardust Doggo. That's his full name. So, Ziggy Stardust Doggo is his first and last name. And he's got two middle names. Ziggy Marley and Marley is his first name. Ziggy Marley, like Bob Marley's son. And then, yeah. So, his middle name is Inosuke. Because he's coming through all the time. And he bowl in a china shop. Does stuff, so. But, I have to go too, so. See you later, Roo. And cats, just keep pushing, keep fighting, keep kicking ass, okay? I know it's hard. I know it's not easy, but keep kicking ass, okay? And I will see you guys after lunch. I am on TV. Yeah. Oh, it's because I was watching that. See, there I am on TV again. It's so weird. But yeah, and so yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later, and I'll see you back after lunch when I finish Broly. So far, he's pretty badass looking. I'm really happy with him. So, all right, guys, bye.